Hello everybody and welcome into the SFA Season 16 Conference Championship BearCave. We are here for a lot of people. This is the best week of the season as we will crown not only 10 conference champions, but we'll crown the first ever 10 auto bids into the college football playoff. And later on tonight, we'll find out the final top 25 for promises, the playoff bracket, whether we're doing 12 or 14 teams, and probably getting a lot of clarity on where the college football playoff bracket is going to go from here on out in future seasons. Are we going to keep the format of all conference champions making it, or are we going to go back to the way it was here in the future? A lot of people will have opinions that I will lean heavily on. Remember, if you are on the committee, don't speculate about at-large teams or anything like that. All Patreon members are on the committee. And we'll get into all that after games today. But we've got a 9-game slate for BearCave. Then we got a game day conference championship. And then we'll have the playoff committee meeting. I'll post the playoff, then I'll post recruits. The final week of recruiting also is wrapping up. So a lot of stuff going on today. So we'll find out bowl matchups here in the next couple of days. We'll find out a bunch of different things. So thank you guys for joining. If you don't know what the SFA is, it's an online dynasty ran through Discord, Twitch, and YouTube. You can jump in, claim a team. You can build them up through recruiting and contests and all that kind of stuff, and then you can win a national championship where I'll actually send a trophy to your house. So without further ado though, guys, let's get on into it. And remember, guys, shout out to Home Field Apparel. They just had a massive Black Friday sale. They should be your #1 source for your holiday gift shopping. 15% off using code SFA, or you can use the affiliate code or link, in the descriptions or in the server. That's where I do all my Christmas shopping, so you guys should too. All right, guys. So we got Coach Fine here, Coach Cryo, Dogwater's here. All right. So as you guys know, the best games of the week, which is all of them, is we jump in. If it's close, we'll watch it in the last 2 minutes. Traditional BearCave rules, we won't jump in until there's 2-minute marks. And remember, guys, we're also playing for raffle tickets. So we'll put out predictions for each and every game. First game on the slate is the MAC Championship. You got Coach Black from Ohio taking on Central Michigan. Central Michigan is a 2.5-point favorite. We had Ohio Mania going last year. So we'll see if they can punch their ticket to the playoff. Remember, every winner of today's game will be going to the college football playoff. So our first game is going to be, are you riding with CMU at the -2.5 mark, or are you going with Ohio at the +2.5? Is Coach Black going to make his first appearance in the college football playoff, or will it be Wykel Summers, the Heisman Trophy? He's kind of in the chase, or will we have our first upset of the day and have Ohio at 8-5 making their push for the Mountain West, or not the Mountain West, but the MAC Championship? So get those points in. Coach Black, if you're here, let me know heads or tails, kick or receive. On paper, it's a very even matchup. We'll see what happens. He is here. Tails and kick. Go Bobcats. Remember, you're not only playing for a conference championship, you're playing for a playoff spot. So we're putting a ton of emphasis on the conference championships this year. So this should be fun. We'll see how it plays out. And remember, guys, kind of watch everything, see how you feel about it, and give me your feedback on if you want to change the format for future seasons or keep it like this. I think this is a really fun thing to do, so let's keep it going. All right, so lock those in. Well, no, so you'll still have time to win Bobanos throughout bowl season and the playoff. The raffle won't take place until after the national championship, Coach Fi. All right, so here we go. Ohio Mania, MAC Championship time. What is going to happen? 7-5, 11-1. Here we go. Wykel, Summers, or Ohio, one of them is going to the college football playoff for the first time in team history. Oof. Sorry, Mike. So, Central Michigan undefeated in MAC play. They've been the preseason favorite, really the favorite all season long. Well, you shouldn't have to pay. It takes Babanas. But yeah. Here we go. Ford Field. Who will emerge a champion, I should say. Here we go. The Chips and Ohio. Ford Field. Let's get her done. What did he say? Let me not mess up the first one of the day. He said tails and kick. All right. I'm going to go in order of the BearCave games. Here we go. Central Michigan and Ohio. Ohio scores first. That's Ohio Mania. Are they back? Central Michigan only with a field goal. Here we go, folks. 7-3. 14-3 for Ohio. 14-10 for Central Michigan. Can they come back? They take the lead, but they miss the extra point. So at halftime, we've got a good one burning here in the MAC Championship. Central Michigan extends it. Oh, Central Michigan! One-score game as we enter the fourth quarter. Remember, guys, I am still recovering from being sick, but trying to get this done. Oh, no. It's a two-score lead. We got to get something going here for Ohio Mania. Can they get it done? Please. Not like this. A 15-yard penalty. They're still in it. Remember, we can only jump in if it's a one-score game. They've got to score, and they do. And the two-point conversion is good. It's a 6-point game. Here we go. They've got to get a stop now. 3 timeouts. MAC Championship playoff hopes on the line. Ohio Mania needs a stop. Wykel hands it off, and that is brought down. I believe that's Jamal Dunlap, the SFA player. Yes, it was. The transfer from Colorado. Here we go. 2nd and 9. Handoff again up the gut. Broken tackle. Mark Thompson back from injury this week. 3rd and 4. First down would end it for Central Michigan and send them to the CFP. The snap. They're going to throw for it. And it's caught! Oh, no! That might have just done it. The pass from Wykel Summers, the Heisman hopeful, might have just punched their ticket. They're going to fall on it here a couple of times. And Ohio Mania looks to have fallen just short another year in a row. This was a rematch of last season's MAC Championship where they lost. They're going to have to snap it. Will they run a real play here? No, they won't. Yep, still going bowling. Remember, every division champ is guaranteed a bowl game. So there it is, as we hit 000. Central Michigan, the preseason favorite, wins the MAC Championship and is the first team to punch their ticket to the college football playoff. Now, all that depends is the seeding. They're likely not going to get a first-round bye, so will they get a home game or will they be going on the road? So they'll have to wait and see tonight. Ohio, they will get a bowl game. We'll have to see where they fall. Great game there. Wykel Summers gets it done. The dream year for the Chips continues. Nolan Figs in shambles, absolutely. Yeah, I think it's really a really unique way to keep a lot of different teams in it, Coach Fi. So we'll see how it works out. The favorite ones for the first game. So big start for the MAC, and obviously for these conferences, they want to send their best team to the playoff as well. You know, they want to try and win it. 34-28 is your final. Not a lot of fireworks in this one. Yeah, so, I mean, before the new game came out, we wanted to make kind of the most realistic engine possible, right? But now the new game's out, we're trying to kind of make it the most fun as possible while still rewarding play on the field. So Omari Dunn, he gets a 52-yarder. Return kickoff may have been the difference there for Central Michigan. So Nolan Figs goes 16-28, 176, and 2 touchdowns here. Not a bad day for him. Terry Tompkins led the way, and Omari Dunn might have gotten hurt there. And on defense, Piers Loxley, the SFA player, 12 tackles, 2 TFLs for Scott. No sacks on the day and no interceptions. 2 deflections. And a forced fumble for Ulysses Hasselman, the SFA player. And for Central Michigan, Wykel Summers goes 15-24, 224, and 1 touchdown through the air. He had 65 on the ground. Robert Van goes 6 for 105. So we'll get to see this triple option offense do its thing in the playoff. That's going to be awesome. They had 1 loss this year, I believe came to California, if I remember correctly. We'll have to check. No, we're not going to the new game, Mills. At least not next season, I don't think. All right, so as always, if you're following along on BearCave, Central Michigan covers. All right, so what is the next game on the slate? Central Michigan is the only playoff team in the country, and now we're going to go to the Conference USA. All right, Dogwater, here is your chance to make the playoff. 6-6. He's never made the playoff before besides Memphis, which doesn't really count. Heads or tails, kick or receive, Dogwater. And Coach Maddox, if you're here, let me know. He wants the all grays. Gotta go the blue helmet. All gray versus all blue. Oh, baby. Heads and kicks. So this is a 7-point favorite for Tulane. Those of you guys betting at home. So CMU covered. All right, get those Bob and us ready. Who do you got? Do you have Tulane? Now remember, both these teams are missing very important players. Tulane's missing their starting running back and their starting wide receiver. Whoop-dee Tibbs and CeCe Schuster, and UTSA is missing their deep threat, Rylan Warrenberg. So who is going to be able to do more with less? We'll have to see. There is a bit of an overall disparity here, UTSA and Tulane. Let's see. We got some money going on Tulane, or on, it looks like UTSA, actually. Or no, that's Tulane. I can't see. I mean, it's 7 points, Mills. Tulane has been a good team this year. They are ranked 9-3 on the year. Very good year. They won the conference last season. All right, here we go. Oh, baby. Can the 2-quarterback system that beat Coastal Carolina, can they do it again? If UTSA wins this game, they're most likely guaranteed the last spot in the playoff. They are probably ranked the lowest as division champs. Thank you. 9-3 Tulane. 9-3 Houston. It's just whoever the quarterback was that he has in his depth chart. And then if the game goes live, he can decide whether or not to switch him. So here we go. Conference USA in NRG Stadium, or Reliance Stadium. Or no, it is NRG. Home of the New Heights Classic. So he said heads and kick. Here we go. Conference USA on the line. Can Tulane win it for the 2nd year in a row? Or can UTSA get it done? First score goes to Tulane. UTSA adds a field goal. First quarter over. Tulane defense not looking good here for UTSA. They finally get a stop. Offense, though, not doing much. There they go. All right, it's a 4-point game at halftime. Here we go. Tulane, they add a touchdown. UTSA adds one. Can they take the lead? No! We're going to the 4th quarter. Here we go. They add a field goal. All right. Remember, we can only jump in if it gets to the 2-minute mark, and that's when we can change quarterbacks if you really want to. Mike Todd hits Chris Ham. The drive is going. Can they take their first lead of the game? 4th and goal. We can't jump in. And they get the touchdown. Todd hits James Norton for 6. What in the world on 4th and goal? Here we go. Tulane on the ropes. Billy Hines, the quarterback. They need a field goal to tie it up. We watched this team on game day and BearCave quite a few times this year. They're starting to run the clock a bit as well as they're going to go. Play action and missing his man. Cole Jones, 6 tackles. Billy Hines having a decent day through the air. Remember, Billy Hines to Josh Hines, the tight end, they are brothers. 2nd and 10. Here's the handoff. Broken tackle. Lamar Lanes makes the play. Lamar Lanes, baby. The Yams legend. Third and 12. Trips left. Hines drops back. They bring the all-out blitz. He dumps it off, and he's going to be way short. It's 4th and 9. Now, this game isn't over. They have their 3 timeouts, but this could be the game. 4th down. Hines. He throws. He yams deep. Hits his man. What a toss. Full goal for 40. What a catch. Hit as he threw right into the bread basket. They're in scoring range. 52 seconds left. Hines, the delay give, broken tackle for Peterson, and he gets nothing. UTSA starts to use those timeouts, trying to preserve some time. Thank you, Coach Jarkis. 2nd and 10. The delay give again to Peterson. He finds some room, breaks a tackle. If you're just missing, Central Michigan won the MAC. And now we're in the Conference USA. Tulane on the ropes. 3rd and 8. Touchdown would win the game. Hines to the end zone. Oh, what a hit! Murdered! So to tie the game, likely sending this game to OT. The kick, it's up, and it is good! A massive hit from Ty J. Burnett saves the game for UTSA. So here comes the return man, 27-27. All right. He has spoken. He wants to make his quarterback change. Miles Tilley coming in for Mike Todd, who sometimes, man, it does this to me. Should be able just to do it. I am UTSA. I might have to wait. Now can I do it? There we go. All right, it is Tilley time. 34 seconds left. No timeouts. So it's after, or no, he's in. He's in. Here we go. It's Tilley time. Yams it over the middle. Hits his man. 29 seconds left. James Norton having himself one heck of a day. They hurry it up. 29 seconds. Clock is ticking, Tilley. Here's the snap. He has time. Dumps that short. That's going to be a first down and more. Broken tackle. Spurlock, the Yams legend. They hurried up. 19 seconds left. He's 2 for 2, trying to get into field goal range to send them to the CFP. 15 seconds. Tilley, he has time. He floats it in off the back of the receiver. That could have done it. 11 seconds. It was intended for Django. Second and 10. Tilley. 4-man rush. Dumps it short. Dropped by Spurlock. Mercury Morris is not in the game. So it looks like they're going to have to Hail Mary. 3rd and 10. Looks like they're going to have to go as far as they can. Tilley. He has time. Yams it deep. Hits his man. Can 1 second. Can they get the spike off? They've got to hurry it up. Can they get it off? 1 second. No! We've got OT. The Conference USA Championship will go to an extra frame. All right, Dogwater, heads or tails, offense or defense? All right, Dogwater, heads or tails, heads and defense. All right. He gets what he wants. Here we go. We need more time to decide who is going to the college football playoff. Tulane game-tying field goal. UTSA couldn't deliver. Hines floats it. Josh Hines gets one. That's his 10th catch today. You can tell both sidelines, man, starting to tighten up a little bit. One mistake could be the difference. Both teams shorthanded. Man in motion, it's Slaughter. The handoff to Peterson, up the gut. He's pushing, and he only gets 2. Matt Peterson filling in for Whoop-de-Tibbs. 3rd and 7. Safety's coming down. They might be bringing pressure. Billy. Off his back foot, intercepted! They're going the other way! What a mistake here from Tulane! And it's the Navy transfer, Ty J. Burnett. He is also the man who forced the incompletion on the 3rd and long to force the field goal. So UTSA is headed to the playoff if they can score any way. The snap. Tilly, he's sacked! No way! This is not over, folks. 2nd and 18. They've got to get in field goal range. 4 wide. Tilly. He floats it to the corner, and it's caught! DeJango! 3rd and 7. Is this field goal range? 3rd and 7 for the Roadrunners. Tilly. Over the middle, hits him! And inside the 5! That might have just done it. And they're bringing the offense out. They want the touchdown. It's empty for Tilly. Over the middle, touchdown, UTSA! It's Norton again. They're going to the college football playoff. A shocker here at NRG. At 6-6, they've won the Conference USA Championship. Unbelievable. The 2-quarterback system, the lore roster gets it done. The Island of Misfit Toys is going on the road in the college football playoff. You can already pretty much pencil them in as the last seed. Incredible. Congratulations here to UTSA. They've done it. That's a UTSA outright victory. And when I told you guys, I mean, they are playoff games pretty much. These conference championship games are coin flips, as Tulane now will miss the playoff. They will play in a bowl game, but tough loss here for the Tulane Wave, who felt like they probably had a great chance to make some noise once they got to full strength. Supreme importance on your conference championship. This is what happens. UTSA gets it done. Chris Ham gets into the end zone. Spurlock runs one, and Norton on that 4th and goal scores, and then he gets another one in the OT. All right, so Todd and Lilly combined for about 400 yards and 3 touchdowns. They went crazy. Spurlock leading rusher. We got to watch this. Mercury Morris might have left with injury. Wide receivers, 146 for Norton. Ham had a good day. Oh, my. Vanderbrake, Pratt, Nikias Bush come back from injury. 3 TFLs for Concoro. He had a sack as well. The interception for Ty J. Burnett. He has to be among the players of the game. He really forced it. Wendell Vanderbrake gets himself a fumble. And for Tulane, 23 of 40, 272, 2 touchdowns and a pick for Billy Hines. Matt Peterson, they really couldn't run it all that well tonight. And obviously outside the big play to Fogle, they didn't do much. And for defense, a couple of TFLs here for McKinley. 2 sacks on the night. No interceptions. 2 deflections. And a forced fumble. No. So that will do it here from the Conference USA. UTSA is your champion. Unbelievable. So 2 tickets have been punched to the big dance. You got Central Michigan and you got UTSA. When I told you guys it would be a crazy playoff, I meant it. And they're probably going to be like a 20-point underdog in whatever game they play. But they'll make it close, man. Remember, they already knocked off Coastal Carolina. So, you don't know. That's a UTSA outright victory for those of you guys betting at home. All right, where do we head to next? Thank you guys for joining us on this BearCave day. We are headed to the American. Oh, baby, we've got a big one. A game where McNasty lost last year, still made the playoff. Can they make it this year? A loss this year could potentially leave you out. Remember, there's a lot of buffer. There was like 6 or 7 at-larges in previous formats. Not so much anymore. There's going to be 2 at the very minimum. At the maximum, there's going to be 4. So we got Charlotte taking on Cincinnati. It's a 9-point favorite for Cincinnati. McNasty, if you're here, let me know heads or tails, kick or receive. So do you have Cincinnati at the -9 line, or are you going with Charlotte? Do you believe in the 49ers? Get those Bob-a-Nas going. And remember, Charlotte does get the home team in this because they have an undefeated conference record. Cincinnati had that loss to Army. So what do you guys think is going to happen here? 1 ticket to punch. Cincinnati might have a case if they lose this game, but Charlotte definitely doesn't. So Charlotte, this is a must-win game from them. Cincinnati's our first team that might have a sniff at an at-large. Yeah, it all depends on how you lose. You know, it's a full body of work evaluation, right? And remember, the rankings are based off me, not the committee. So the rankings could look a whole lot different next week anyway. So very interesting year that we're kind of doing this season. All right, let's get on into it. Cincinnati will go heads and kick. The American Championship, they got upset in this game last year, losing to a much worse Western Kentucky team that was about 6-6, maybe 7-5, if I remember correctly. And we've got snow here, baby, for the Conference Championship, I believe in Charlotte. A snow game. That definitely helps out Charlotte, who is a run-heavy team. Oh, no. As you can see there, Cincinnati 11-1, Army 10-2. Probably not, Coach Nathan. So Charlotte is a must-win. All right, Cincinnati trying to punch their ticket to the CFP for the second year in a row. Remember, last season they lost to Baylor. They had the lead with 6 seconds left before giving up a touchdown to DJ Weber. It was a Central Michigan cover, Jarkus. Dogwater, just know you got to go against the top team on the road. So we'll see how that works out for you. All right, so heads and kick is the call. Charlotte, they are coming off of a big-time win against Coastal Carolina as well. So they're big underdogs in that game. Can they do it again? Cincinnati, one of the highest scoring, if not the highest scoring offense in the country. They get one. Can they get another? They're up 10 early. Charlotte's got to find a way to score. They do. 17-3 at halftime. Not looking good if you're a Charlotte fan. Charlotte finally gets into the end zone here in the third quarter. Their defense playing lights out. We got a tie game. Cincinnati on the ropes again. They do nothing with it. We're going one play at a time. Every game, Charlotte takes the lead. That is, I believe, 17 unanswered points. Cincinnati, what is going on? It's an interception! Not like this. Oh my God, folks. Here we go. Down 7 for Cincinnati. Keely, Radix, and company. Are they going to choke the American 2 years in a row? Shades of East Carolina. Peter Richards, remember, they do not have Bourbon Boozin. He is hurt, as Peter Richards breaks the school record. Second and 7, got 2 minutes left, 3 timeouts. Not like this, Cincy. Man in motion, Keely Radix. Over the middle, hits his man wide open. Remember, this is one of the most explosive teams in the nation. I believe they're averaging over 40 points a game. They only have 17 here tonight. Man in motion. Up the gut. There he goes. Oh, man, he got the warp tackle. Radix could have been still running. They're across the 50. They need a touchdown. Keely. Radix. He scrambles. He spins. He's sacked. 3rd and 6. Clock is still running. They got to hold on to the timeouts if they don't convert. Trips left. Cincy. He has time to the corner. Turn up field. That's a first and a big time hit. Nathan Joseph hangs on. Here we go. 1-1-1 left on the clock. Fresh set of downs at the 42. Radix, the 99 overall quarterback, floats that to the corner, and that's going to be a modest 3 as they take their first time out. So now it's all or nothing on this drive. You really can't get the ball back if it fails. 2nd and 7. Over the middle, hits his man, number 26. That's Pookie Bear. Pookie Bear. The SFA IGR makes a big-time play. Delay give. No, it's going to be Radix. And he goes nowhere. He looks like his head. He's just stuck in the mud. Handoff here, up the gut, and Richards only gets 4. It's 3rd and 8. Clock is ticking. They're inside the 20. Another scramble. It's going to be a first down. 30 seconds left. They're inside the 10. Can Cincinnati get it done? 1st and goal. Radix. Dumps it, almost picked by the defensive lineman. That could have been it. Radix never saw him. 2nd and goal from the 7. Playoff on the line. Radix. Up. Back of the end zone, out of bounds. Oh my goodness. 2 plays left here for Cincy. 3rd and goal. Can Charlotte get it done? One of the best SFA corners in the country. Bottom of your screen. Puka Bear in motion. 3rd and goal. Keeley. He has time to the corner. Caught! It's Devin Nolan! And we've got a tie game! Another game going down to the wire. Charlotte had him. And a legacy drive from Keely Radix in his senior year. Now can Charlotte somehow do it? They got 3 timeouts, 15 seconds. Here comes Ham Soul, the SFA player. The SFA reject. 15 seconds left, 4 wide. He scrambles and he goes down. It's a sack. Brought down by Chad Brown, and they will just let this run out. We've got overtime in back-to-back games, folks. So heads and defense is the call if you're not here. So Charlotte will start it. Cincinnati was a 9-point favorite, so we're guaranteed a no cover. Ham Soul. He escapes. He has room down the right sideline. There he goes. Ham Soul to the goal line. Stop just short. What a start to the OT period. Can they punch it in? I formation. The handoff, it's option. He flips it. Touchdown, Charlotte. So Cincinnati, they need a touchdown to keep it going. Anything less and Charlotte is headed to the college football playoff. They got the game tying drive. Can they do it again? Peter Richards up the gut. He gets a nice gain. Second and 5. This conference championship week has already been ridiculous. Trips left. They're going to audible now. Looks like they're flipping the play. Puka Bear out wide. On Devontae Billings, the SFA player. Radix to the end zone. Double coverage. And it tipped away. That could have ended it. I believe it's 6 overtimes, Coach Fi. We had an SEC championship go 5. Third and 5. Man in motion. It's Richards. He motions out. Empty set. 3rd and 5. It's a QB run for Radix. He's not going to get there. 4th down. Game on the line. Conference on the line. CFP on the line. The snap. It's Radix. It's a screen. He gets it off. And he gets the first down. Cincinnati is still alive. Inside the 15. They need a touchdown. Radix. He makes an adjustment. It's a keeper. Can he make the move? What a move! Outside touchdown, Cincinnati! Keely Radix! And they're going for the win! It's gonna end right here! The AAC Championship! They hand it off! Touchdown! Cincinnati's going to the CFP! Charlotte is heartbroken at the buzzer! Keely Radix gets it done! Cincinnati! Insane! Charlotte is now just sick to their stomach. 10-3 going home. Cincinnati, man, they gave them a ride. Welcome in McNasty. And McNasty, I mean, we already talked about this last year, but this is third different program he's taken to the college football playoff, and now he's taken Cincinnati twice. Incredible. That's a Cincy no cover. And talk about a team just not giving up. Charlotte had every advantage there. And you got to give it up to Charlotte, man. They are a good football team. But Cincinnati is just better. Remember, they were pretty much the only team that gave Baylor even a glimmer of a loss last year. So the scoring summary, Nolan gets a 71-yarder, and then it just kind of fizzled out. A couple of touchdowns here for Charlotte in the game winner. Keely Radix, what a game. 21-33, 274, 3 touchdowns and a pick. On the ground, over 100 for Richards. Radix gets 67, and Bourbon Boozin should be back for the playoff run. Jack's Joker, SFA player coming on over from Louisville, gets 6 TFLs. And PNA Litton, this guy's 6'11", this guy's 5'5". The difference in their pass rushers is kind of hilarious. Couple deflections. Oh, Inky Grimes gets a fumble. Yeah, we've had 3 games. We had Central Michigan cover and 2 overtime games. UTSA winning and Cincinnati winning. Ham Soul goes 12-23, 209, and a touchdown. For those of you guys looking for quarterbacks in transfer portal, he very well could make his way there. There's a lot of players out there, a lot of SFA players on these CPU teams. A lot of them will be testing the portal. So that will do it here from a snowy M&T Bank Stadium. What a game. These G5 games have lived up to the hype, folks. Yep, we will be going back to the same portal rules. So 3 days. 3 opportunities. That is a Cincy no cover. Remember, guys, if you're on the committee, that means if you're in Patreon, you can, we'll be going into the committee room right after game day ends. Don't speculate about teams' rankings or anything like that beforehand. All right, next on our list, we are going to the site of game day from a couple of weeks ago. We got Southern Miss taking on Coastal Carolina. Now, this game is a lot different than last time we watched. Last time we watched, it was Johnny Ward, and it was the backup Pope for Coastal, and they had their backup running back. Now, Coastal's fully healthy. Now, Southern Miss is fully healthy. Let's go at it. Who's making the playoff? Bryce Beers, he should play in this game. So, Coach Trog, if you're here, let me know heads or tails, kick or receive, as this is a Charlotte +9. So, the 20% of you guys got that one. And this one is a straight-up game. There's no spread involved in this one. A simple who wins. Do you have Southern Miss, or do you have Coastal? One of the best rivalries in the SFA. Who do you got? Playoff on the line. We have 3 out of the 10 at-large spots cemented. Central Michigan and YKL Summers, UTSA and Coach Dogwater, and Cincinnati and Coach McNasty. All right, I don't see Trog, so we are just going to go on board with Southern Miss. Here we go. Sun Belt Championship on the line. This was the game last year. Coastal won it. And Southern Miss still ended up making the playoff. They won a game against Oklahoma State last year in the playoff as well. Technically the best defense in the country in terms of points given up. Bryce Beers is back. The generational talent. From his torn biceps a couple of weeks ago, he is back. Dogger, we all know you're going to put him in at like halftime of your playoff game. This game played in TIAA Bank Field. All right, heads and kick. Who is going to the college football playoff? Will Bryce Beers do what Flynn Saunders could only do one time in his career? Can he do it in his first year? Coastal gets 3 points to start it. And an interception from Bryce Beers. What are you doing, buddy? I'm a Bryce Beers truther, but they're not scoring at all. And they barely get a stop there right at the goal line. Trey White is back, man. It's going to be impossible for Coastal to win this game. Trey White is a beast. Coastal takes the lead. Coastal, they get 3. It's going to take more than 3 points to beat them. And they don't get it. 4th and 2. Trey White is stuffed. Long drive here for Coastal, and they score! It's a 2-score lead. We can't jump in. And it's a fumble! Coastal picks it up. They could put this game on ice. They get the field goal. Remember, we can't jump in unless it's a 2-score game. Or a 1-score game. 4th and 10. Oh, no! They turn it over! Coastal Carolina's going to the CFP! The first time! Coastal gets it done! It only took 19 points! And you gotta think, man, Trey White, he just wasn't on his game. He's still dealing with a knee injury. 13 of 25, 188, 1 touchdown. And running the ball, they couldn't run it at all tonight. Oh my goodness, Southern Miss goes down and they will not be in the college football playoff. Justin Campbell, what a game he had. 3 TFLs here for Jackson. No sacks, the interception. And a lot of Yams players not getting to go to the CFP for the 2nd year in a row. And Bryce Beers, generational talent, baby, with a generational stat line. 19 of 31, 201 pick. Running the ball, Adam Brown is back, 37 for 135, and he had a good day. And through the air, not much happening. Not a lot of offense in this game, but 3 TFLs here for Jay Jordan. Sack goes to Miller and McKenzie. And I'm just so excited that we get more game day of DeMar Moon and we get more game day Percy Lockhart. At least one more. That is going to be so much fun. I love watching Coastal. One of my favorite programs in the SFA. They finally make a playoff with one of these generational quarterbacks. They didn't make one with CJ Irons. They didn't make one with Grant Davis. But on the day CJ Irons goes into the Hall of Fame, Bryce Beers gets him to the playoff in his first year. Let's go, baby. That's how you know he's the for real deal here, as that is a Coastal outright victory, folks. That is how you know he is the real deal. I'm so happy Coastal won, man. Every year they choke or they get an injury and they just don't make the playoff. For whatever reason, they go to like a Citrus or an Outback. Let's go! All right, so that's it for the G5 until we get to game day. So 4 seeds in the college football playoff have been cemented. Central Michigan will be in the playoff. Cincinnati will be in the playoff. Coastal Carolina will be in the playoff. And UTSA will be in the playoff. So out of 4 games so far, we've had 3 of the favored teams probably. I probably think Coastal would have been favored over Southern Miss. Cincinnati was the favorite. Central Michigan was the favorite. Tulane's the only team that choked. So now we go to the Power 5. Oh, baby, and we're going to the conference that has been ridiculous all year long. Nobody wants to win in this conference. It's the Pac-12. We've got Coach Dave. We've got Coach Crew. Playoff game on the line. Loser definitely not going to the playoff. Both these teams not ranked high enough. Boise State almost playing this game. I know Dave wants to wear his throwback uniform, so we'll do that. USC won the conference last year, made the playoff, won a game in the playoff. So this is a 3-point favorite here for Oregon. 99% of you guys went with Coastal Carolina. So who do you got? You got Oregon at -3, or do you got USC? Coach Crew's first year here as a head of the Trojans. Coach Dave, if you're here, let me know heads or tails, kick or receive. 3-point favorite in the Pac-12 championship. They've been the best team on paper all year, but Oregon just has not looked like a cohesive unit at all anytime we've watched them this year. USC has looked good at times. Other times they've looked like a steaming pile of poo. So who knows what we're going to get here. Most likely the winner of this game will host a playoff game in the first round. Probably not eligible for one of those byes. Remember, we might be doing a 12 team, might be doing a 14 team. We don't know for sure yet. I want to lean towards 12 so that more of you guys get bowl bids, but we will have to see how everything shakes out. All right, here we go. Oregon. Can they get it done? Thanks for the sub, Coach Wind. Hoping for a Wyoming win tonight. 21 months. You are a beast. And that's coming up on game day, the Mountain West Championship. In our playoff tool, no, 10 is not possible. The only things that are possible is 4, 8, 12, and 14. As of now, unless they update the tool, which I doubt they will do again. They've said that they probably won't update it. There are other tools I could use to do like 24, but those are really shaky and don't really work all that well, so I want to avoid using those. I want to only do the kind of the main tools. So we're in Las Vegas here, I believe. 8-4 Oregon. All right, heads and kick. I do not see Dave in here. Pac-12 championship on the line, folks. Here we go. 10-point start for USC. 17 in the first quarter. Keontae Duckett against his former coach is like, what the hell? 24! They get one right before half, but this is what I was saying. Oregon at times this year is just so discombobulated. Can they make a comeback? They get one. Can we see a reverse choke here? It's a 10-point game. USC adds one again. It's not looking good. We're going to go one play at a time. But Oregon looks to be on the ropes. Playoff aspirations for this team, and it's not looking good. USC running away with it. 38-14, and it is getting worse, folks. That's gonna do it. USC going to the playoff for the second straight year. That's a USC outright victory. Unbelievable. Not even close. Brandon Sanders has a heck of a day. 4 touchdowns for him. Joshua Dobbs, 15-28. The transfer from UCF just can't really get it done. They will play in a bowl game, but definitely felt like the sky was higher as the highest overall team in the conference. Keontae Duckett chose wrong. He transferred from Pitt, decided to go against Crew instead of with him. And Craig Scotland, the road ends here for him. Couple TFLs across the board. 1 sack for Nalasaka. They will be back. This is a great program created by Coach Dave, so they should be back. Cookie Fetts, 12-18, 177. They really just ran the ball at will tonight. Brandon Sanders having himself a big-time day. And we're going to get more Nick Mixon, Yams legend, in the playoff. That's awesome. We'll get to see him again. 3 TFLs here, no sacks, no interceptions. So a team that beat Stanford, beat Oregon, almost choked to Arizona and Arizona State. They get it done. They will be going to the college football playoff. Yeah, that's one of those, Coach Phi. That's a tough one. But still always a chance to make a comeback here in bowl season. So every bowl game will be on BearCave, as this is a USC outright victory. All right, we got 5 bowl bids. We're halfway there, folks. 5 conference championships down. Half the field is set in terms of auto bids. You've got USC, Coastal, Cincy, UTSA, Central Michigan. Technically, USC was an underdog, but they were higher rated, so I'm not going to call that an upset. So one weird team in the playoff. I mean, obviously there's going to be a lot of parity, but now we go to the Big 12, or to the Big 10. Michigan was our #1 seed last year, and they choked to Texas. Minnesota, they've been in this position quite a few times in the last couple of years. Coach Rick, if you're here, let me know. Heads or tails, kick or receive. Can Mango get back to the playoff? Started out kind of tough for Michigan, and then they finally kind of came on strong on BearCave, and I think they're winners of like their last 8. So Michigan, this is a 6.5-point spread. Or are you going to go with Minnesota and Coach Rick? Remember, Mango has been critical of Rick, saying that he targets him when making the schedules, which he does not. Here we go. You get targeted based on the bucket you fall in. And we got a battle for the little brown jug. And also, I wanted to mention USC is the current MacGuffin holder, so they just won. So USC keeps the MacGuffin, and the MacGuffin will go to the national championship. Which is always fun when that happens. Alright, here we go. Can Coach Rick make the playoff? It would be his first playoff appearance. He's gotten close with Arizona State. He got within a game, and he just didn't quite get there. He's been to a Citrus Bowl before. He's gotten close with Minnesota. He's made the championship game, I believe, one other time. So can Coach Rick get it done against Mango, who has been to the playoff the last 3 years in a row? Twice with TCU and once with Michigan. Can he do it again? Hey, you're like the real life Georgia. You can claim strength of schedule. Even though I don't know how crazy it actually is, but here we go. Big Ten Championship has given us some good games last couple of years. Definitely, in this game, when it was between these two a couple of years ago, it went to OT. So we've already had 2 OT games today. Why not another? I don't see Rick, so it's going to be heads and kick. Lucas Oil Stadium here in Indianapolis. Who is going to the playoff? (7-0) Minnesota early. Michigan has been scoring at will in BearCave games, and there they go, 14-21. Minnesota has the lead at halftime. Another score for Minnesota. Michigan has to come back. They're down 2 scores. Things are getting hairy here for Michigan. Down to, oh my God, Minnesota! A quick score there for Michigan. Remember, it has to get within a score for us to jump in. 4th down. They need a quick score here. And a fumble! That's gonna do it! Minnesota's going to the college football playoff! 52 right to the dome of Michigan! Oh my God! Another shocker! Minnesota, for the first time ever, from the days of Jay Jetta to now the days of Rick, have won the Big Ten! Minnesota! What in the world just happened? The team that absolutely stunned Florida State on BearCave a couple of weeks ago, the Golden Gophers, are going to the playoff. Ryan Tyler, he went 13-20, 182, and 5 touchdowns. Calvin Warren goes 39 for 155 and 2 tutties. 3 catches, 3 touchdowns for John Clark. And on defense, Rhett Bush, the Yams legend, baby. He gets an interception. The sack for A.J. Washington. This is a stunner here. 4 fumbles for Michigan. Oh, no. That is hilarious. 4 fumbles. And Mango is going to miss out on the playoff most likely. He could potentially be in there for an at-large, but we'll see. James Love, 18-24, 239, 3 touchdowns. The beauty of this format is you cannot rest your laurels on an at-large, because there's probably only going to be 2, maybe 4. So you got to hope for everything else goes chalk. So Meatball gets a sack. That is a shocker. I did not think Minnesota was going to do that. Especially after they lost to Wisconsin a week ago. 52-29. Absolute domination. As that is another outright victory. Remember, the favorites versus the betting favorites are sometimes different. This time it was not the case. Michigan was a heavy favorite. They've been dominating on BearCave. And it goes to Minnesota. So congratulations to Coach Rick on winning the Big Ten. That's a Minnesota outright victory. All right, so two very interesting results. UTSA and Minnesota winning. Tulane and Michigan missing out. We've got 4 games left, folks. As now we're going to the Big 12. Oh, man, and this is one of those where Oklahoma State can probably say, if we lose, we could probably be one of those teams in, but they don't want to. You don't want to stick with that, right? You don't know. You don't know what's going to happen, especially if Oklahoma loses, they have the head-to-head, right? All right, Big 12 championship game. Iowa State beat them last time. All right, let me get this prediction going. Who covers? Do you have OK State? -3.5. Or do you have ISU doing it again? The second time this season. Get those Babanas going. Coach Schwartz, let me know. Heads or tails, kick or receive. Number 20 team in the nation. Coach of the year for the Mountain West Minute. 3.5-point underdogs. They've beaten Oklahoma State. They've beaten Baylor. Now, can they win the Big 12 championship for the first time since Kiko Strong and Coach Ron was there in his first year? His first year at the helm of the Cyclones. Get your predictions in, folks. Oklahoma State coming off of a emotionally exhausting overtime Bedlam game where they came up just short 60-59 in OT. Here we go. What are we going to see here in the Big 12 championship game? Oklahoma State was here last year, and it was a blizzard against Nebraska, and they couldn't do anything. Can they do it today? Doesn't look like we have snow in Arrowhead. Oklahoma State, they've been preparing for this game for an exact calendar year. Let's get her done. All you got to do is take down the North. Nebraska nowhere to be seen, and their voodoo. It's just Iowa State and Kirko Squatch. All right, heads and kick here for Coach Schwartz. He will start with... No, they chose receive! All right, Oklahoma State. They're like, yeah, we want the ball. First quarter, and what do? That first possession, they score. Iowa State responds. Iowa State, they take the lead. Oh, no, not like this, OK State. Coach Fed, not like this. 21! Oh, we got a tie. That was a big play, and they score right before half. Iowa State has the ball. They don't do anything with it. Third quarter kind of going really slow. And Iowa State scores again! Oklahoma State down 14 in the fourth. And they don't do anything with it. Can Oklahoma State do it? It's a turnover! Oh my God, dude, there's 4 minutes. They need 2 scores. Drew Hayes gets a catch. 4th and 3. They get it. And they score. 1-score game. Remember, we can only jump in at the 2-minute mark. 3rd and 3. Here we go, folks. Game on the line. Timeouts being used. Kirko Squatch The handoff, he keeps it, he has room. That's going to be a first down. One more first down will do it. They're at the 30. Iowa State doing it again. The handoff to McCall up the gut. Oklahoma State may be losing their last 2 games and finding themselves out of the playoff. Split backs. A first down wins the game. It's a handoff up the gut. He breaks the tackle. There it is! Oh my goodness. Victory formation. Iowa State has done it. They have beaten Oklahoma State again. Let's make sure they finish the job. Looks like they're going to have to snap it one more time. We'll see if they run a real play or not. They're not running a real play. This game is over. Iowa State is going to the college football playoff. That is crazy. So say what you want about their record. They have beaten Baylor and Oklahoma State now twice. Twice. Iowa State is going back to the playoff for the first time since they had Kiko Strong. Unbelievable. They win the Big 12. And for the second year in a row, Oklahoma State chokes in the CCG. Stequavius Gates can't watch. And now they'll have to wait and see if they get their name called as an at-large bid. Not the place you want to be. And if you're already on the bubble, if you're, you know, an Auburn, Oklahoma State's not a team you want there either. Remember, don't speculate on the bubble of the at-large teams or anything if you're on the playoff committee, but what a shocker. So back-to-back shocks. Minnesota and Iowa State winning their conferences. 2 teams that have not been at the top of the conferences all year long. Get hot. Find a way to get it done. Well-deserved. Well-deserved. 35-28. Beating Oklahoma State twice. My, oh my. There you go, Coach Phi. Man, dude, how does Oklahoma State let this happen twice? How do you get a 105-yard pass? What? How do you get a 105-yard pass and still lose? Kirko Squatch goes 19-30, 285 and 2 touchdowns, and they are able to run the ball mainly with Kirko, man. Kirko Squatch, how about how he's becoming a big-time quarterback in this league? He sat behind a lot of guys over there at Georgia Tech. Is Ego Torgensen, SFA player, 3 TFLs here, no sacks, no INTs, deflections. They just play good quality football, and they got it done. And Stequavius Gates, man, he does his thing. 3 touchdowns. They just couldn't get done. They couldn't really run the ball at all. Tough game here for Oklahoma State. Slam Rodriguez gets 13 tackles. Now they'll have to wait and see if they get an at-large bid. They made it last year. They only put up 6 points against Southern Miss in the playoffs, so we'll see if they get their name called. Yeah, Stequavius gets the choker label, absolutely. 2 choked CFPs to lesser opponents. Nebraska was a much lesser opponent. Iowa State is another much lesser opponent, especially in terms of, like, ranking. So, he's in the lead for the Heisman right now, but, I mean, if he gets it, this is going to be hanging over his head, his entire legacy. So, Iowa State, that's an outright victory. So, a lot of outrights happening out here, folks. We've only had 1 cover today. We've had a no cover and a bunch of outrights. Like I said, these conference championship games are literally just toss-ups. Every single time. That's why I love this format. Put supreme importance on these games. You gotta win them. So now we're headed to the game I've been looking forward to. Florida State, North Carolina. I personally think North Carolina is a choke team. I don't think they're all that good. If you're on Patreon, you listen to the Patreon podcast, they don't have very good running back. It's all this redshirt freshman Bob Rubshaw, the transfer from Auburn. But then on the other side, you got Florida State, who has been historically the most volatile live team in SFA, like, history, right? So, Jackie Moon, we got Cyrilaxis Bryo. It's a -3 for UNC. Let's see what happens. Are you riding with the #1 team in the nation? UNC is probably like the only team that's like, all right, if we lose and it's close, we probably are in no matter what. But obviously you don't want to go in with that mentality. Florida State, for jerseys, they want traditionals and less turquoise. I don't think we have any turquoise in here. Let's see. Black, garnet, white. Yeah, no. So we'll go traditional. All right, tails and kick here for Florida State. Oh, baby, here we go. I'm so excited for this game. It's been borderline domination for this conference. Me and Mike were talking about it last night, if you didn't see it. Or maybe that was this morning. The Coastal only has 1 conference championship since we went to a Coastal and Atlantic Division setup. ECU never won it. So, it's been dominated by Clemson and company. Boston College shocked Georgia Tech last year in this game to make the playoff. Can Florida State get it done? Can the Jamie Breckenridge era finally find some success? The team that went 2-10 in season 15. No snow here in the ACC Championship. We did have it in the AAC, but not in the ACC. 29-time payout. There you go, Coach Fi. So like he said, the Coastals kind of become the power division in the ACC, but they have not gotten over the hump in the championship game. Can they get it done? Yeah, Clemson fell off a cliff this year. They still have the quality roster. They just didn't put it together this year, much like Florida State last year. Had a good roster, but couldn't win games. Tails in kick. Here we go, Jackie Moon. One of those users in this league that has experienced the most heartbreak possible. He's made it to a Citrus Bowl. He's gotten locked out of the at-large. Screw the at-large. Can he make the playoff? Here we go. Versus the coined transfer portal merchant. We got no score. Of course we got no score. This is going to be a grind. Here we go. Who's scoring first? 0-0. UNC gets a field goal. They add 10. No offense to speak of here for Florida State. You gotta have to fix it. Nothing. They finally score. Still nothing. We're going to the fourth. A long drive and a big play. It's a 77-yard run by Trayvon Burner. That might just do it. No, UNC responds. We're going play by play now, folks. One play at a time. They're driving. 3 minutes left. Remember, we'll jump in at the 2-minute mark. 2nd and 1. 2nd 26. Touchdown, Florida State. They get it done. And here we go. 2 minutes. UNC on the ropes. You just knew there would be fireworks in this game. Here's the kickoff. J.R. Mullins, the Florida transfer. Remember, transfer portal domination here for Syracuse Brio over the course of the last 5 years. Only one guy he's recruited on this roster, and it's Jamison LaCosta, the tight end. Number 89 up there in the slot. Bob Rubshaw, the transfer from Auburn. He hits his man. He goes backwards. It's Ashley Burke, the guy that sometimes plays both ways. They need a touchdown here. Bob's not had the best day. Remember, freshmen don't often have the best seasons here. 2nd and 8 under center. Quick throw out wide. Hits his man. Xander Poole pushes Jordan Carpenter out. It's 3rd down. Who's going to make the play for Florida State? Split backs for UNC. They're 3 of 13 on 3rd down today. Rubshaw. Bob. To the outside. Hits his man out of bounds. 4th down. Here we go. They're going for it. This could be the game. Shotgun. Rubshaw hands it off up the gut. They get it and more. He cuts outside. Oh, a big run here for UNC. Jason Manning. They hurried up. Trips left. Across the 50. Rubshaw. He has time. He's sacked and oh, they call it incomplete. He's 13 of 37. Disastrous completion percentage. Basically, Josh Concepcion. Split back sets now. The handoff to Cox out wide. He has some room. There he goes down the sideline. The big play from Juan Cox. They're now inside the 20. A touchdown would give them the lead. Florida State has to find a way to stop the run. They hand this off to Manning. He pushes forward, and he gets 7. A minute left. Florida State's used to these back-and-forth game endings. Can they find a way? 4 wide. Rubshaw, they bring a blitz. It's picked up to the corner. Caught! Touchdown, UNC! They take the lead! Bob Rubshaw with the legacy drive, but they left time on the clock for FSU, who only needs a field goal. Jamie Breckenridge, Trayvon Burner. 2 timeouts. Here's the kick. It's returned. Down the sideline, he has some room. He cuts out wide, and Matt Love gets 33. So Burner had a 77-yarder. He has over 200 yards on the day. Can they keep it going? At the 31, Jamie Breckenridge, the biggest moment of his career from humble Wyoming beginnings. Over the middle, hits his man. That was dangerous. Reed gets 7. Clock is ticking. They use a timeout. Remember, they only need a field goal here. Neither team has really been able to pass the ball all that well today. 2nd and 3, it's a screen. He gets it out to Burner. He turns upfield, and they'll give him the first. Clock stops. They got to hurry this up. 54 seconds. Work to do. They are in yam range. Javon Ohio, the North Texas transfer, as he floats this to the corner, and it's caught. Johnny Goff. 46 seconds now in the ACC Championship. Winner goes to the CFP. Will be in talks for a first-round bye. 1st and 10. That was quick rush, quick throw. Johnny Goff, clock is ticking. 40. They might be in fringe field goal range already. It's empty. Jamie. He has time over the middle. Hits his man, and it is Brian Browning yet again. He always makes plays. 30 seconds left. They hurry it up. They are going to, they're going to spike this one. 27 seconds left. They still have that timeout in the back pocket. At the 20 now. Empty set here for Jamie Breckenridge. One high safety. Jamie. Corner. Turn of field. Touchdown buggy gumption. Florida State takes the lead in the ACC Championship. The SFA player gets it done. What a drive, and UNC now on the back rope. UNC now 23 seconds in a dream. You gotta like their chances of getting an at-large, but man, it's gonna be tough. They want the win. The first round bye. And will we see yet another upset here in a playoff game? 28-24, 23 seconds on the line. 3 timeouts. Bob Rubshaw. Delayed give for the handoff because, of course, they wouldn't have it any other way. 20 seconds left. 4 wide. Rubshaw drops back. He has time. He floats it and almost intercepted by Amir Broom, the SFA player, the freshman. 15 seconds. Not in yam range yet. They need about 15 yards. Trips right. Safety's coming down. This could be ugly. It's a blitz. Throws that short. He's out of bounds. 4th down. 2 timeouts still. They can run at least 2 plays if they get this. Rubshaw floats it open, and 6 seconds, maybe 2 plays if you're lucky. From their own 38-yard line, trips right. Rubshaw, he's gonna yam it deep as far as he can. It's caught. No, it's dropped. 000. UNC had the win in their hands, and it slipped right through their fingers. Florida State survives. Finally, something breaks their way. He absolutely had it. He absolutely had it. Yeah, I was thinking, Jackie Moon, you're toast again, man. Yep, UNC lost on the diving Hail Mary a couple years ago, and now this year they drop it. And I wonder if they got a hand on that. We got to go into replay here. But Florida State, they win the ACC Championship, and Jackie Moon is going to the playoffs for the first time in his career. Florida State's going back to the playoff. I believe for the first time in the NCAA 14 era. They did go in the sim matchup era where they played Florida, and they lost that game. It was a 1v8 matchup. Congratulations to a lot of our SFA coaches. A lot of firsts in this new format. And remember, guys, you guys are playing for a real-life trophy. And some home field merch. Check them out. Code SFA. 15% off. That is an FSU outright. A lot of upsets happening here today. FSU +3 cashes. So now Sir Laxusbrow has to wait and see if he's going to get in with an at-large. So now Auburn might be on the back rope here. You got Oklahoma State, you've got Oklahoma, all these teams. What a game. That fourth quarter was crazy. So Jamie Breckenridge goes 17 of 39, 212, 2 touchdowns. Run the ball, 222 for Travion Burner. Johnny Goff led the way. And Bob Rubshaw, 16 of 42, 152, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Run the ball. Manning, he gets 24, 123. Mullins led the way. They really couldn't throw the ball here today. Clooney Bolton, the transfer, gets a sack. TFLs, you get 3 here. Interceptions, none. And then, 2 deflections and fumbles. And I knew that this UNC team just wasn't good enough. I knew it. That's why I picked. So let's see if we can see the replay here. Because it was J.R. Mullins, the transfer from Florida. So one of the choices here from Sir Laxusbrow to be on the team. Or I guess he was intending it for J.R. Mullins, but this is somebody else. So, who was it, by the way? All right, it was where was the quarterback. So he's actually throwing this to Mullins. Tipped away! And who did that? Jones. Who is Jones? Let's go see who Jones is so we can praise him. Robert Jones, the redshirt senior from Golden Glades. He was tired of losing. He saw the loss to Clemson. He saw the chokes before. He wasn't going to let it happen again. He laid it all out on the line. We'll watch it in real time here. An absolute beautiful ball. And just the diving hit across the arm. Yeah, man, that's perfectly timed. That's an all-time play, man. That is an all-time play. Because that's a touchdown. He has him beat. He takes, like, everybody out. That's a touchdown if he misses it. Oh, and Ware is sick to his stomach. That is an all-time diving grab there. Yeah, here, let me just, well, yeah, that play is going to be in the highlight, but we got to get a close-up here. I don't know, what's the best way to win the ACC championship? The SWAT from Robert Jones. All right. Yeah, that's incredible. I mean, that Florida State's not going to the playoff if they don't win that game. So did I want to send him to the portal? Sometimes I'll DM you, and if I can send a player to the portal who's like a depth piece. If it's like an SFA player and you break a promise, you can't, but sometimes I'll DM. So storylines like, Mike agreed to let Kurt go Squatch Walk. Yeah, there's situations like I wanted Joe Webb to go for a long time there. All right, so last game here of this BearCave slate. It has been one heck of a night. I mean, we're going longer than a normal BearCave because all these games have been so good. So Oklahoma, Tennessee, here we go. Nick and Jay Jettas. Jay Jettas, if you're here, let me know. Heads or tails, kick or receive. This is a outright game. So this is just one of those who wins. And now with UNC losing, likely the winner of this game is going to be the number 1 seed in the playoff. It just depends. And we know that the number 1 seed in the playoff doesn't fare well. They've never won in the NCAA 14 era. We've been over this. So, I don't know. Do you want to win this game? Number 1 seeds never made it all the way. Let's see what you guys got. Yeah, seeding's going to be interesting for the committee. So, I don't see Jay Jettas. So, 2, 4, 6, 8 teams have punched their ticket to the playoff. It's in the G5. It was pretty much, for the most part, chalk besides UTSA. But now, all outright wins. None of the favorites have won in the Power 5 conferences. USC, now that one's not really an upset because they're the higher they're the higher ranked team. Minnesota beats Michigan. Iowa State beats Oklahoma State, and Florida State beats UNC. So once again, pure ridiculousness here. And the age old, should you reward people for sitting at home? Well, I mean, if you can't win your conference, do you really deserve to play for a national championship, right? These games are important. Neutral sites. Here we go. And we still got a full game day coming up right after this, folks. So Oklahoma coming off of that emotional win in Bedlam. Can they beat Tennessee here? Coach Nick, Coach Jay Jettas. And after the start Tennessee had to the year, it was ridiculous that they could have the number 1 seed in the playoff. Remember, the byes are gonna go to only conference champions. So UNC no longer a bye. They'll be having a home game, or maybe going on the road. Yeah, actually no. Conference champions get home games. So UNC, if they make the playoff, they have to go on the road. So Cincinnati looking good for potentially a bye now. Florida State probably up there for a bye. So here we go. One of these teams for sure will probably get a bye. So I don't see Jay Jettas, so it's going to be heads and kick. Well, Dogwater, there's not enough home games to go around for every conference champ. So no, not all. So you're not getting a home game. You're definitely going to be the lowest ranked conference champion. So yeah, you're going on the road, Dogwater. So it's 3-0 here for Oklahoma. 6-0, no scoring here. 8-0. Man, the 2 field goals and the safety. Oh my God. 11-7. What are we doing here in this SEC championship? 18-7. Can Tennessee find a way? Oklahoma finding the weirdest way to get to 21. Tennessee somehow staying in it here with the defense. And they're down 4. 28-17. Yeah, this is ridiculous right now. Can Tennessee find a way to score? 4th and goal. They get a field goal. All right, so remember, we can only jump in if it remains a one-score game at the 2-minute mark. And Oklahoma can't score. So here we go. Tennessee gets the ball down 8. Can they generate some magic? Adam Dukes, the first-year starter, Dennis Martell, this new-look core for the Tennessee Volunteers. Took him a couple of weeks to gel. There goes Martell. He's in the Heisman race. He has a nice gain there. They're going to have to hurry it up. He's up over 100 yards on the night. We've seen Oklahoma 2 weeks, 3 weeks in a row now. Dukes. He takes off here. He goes up the middle, runs into his own man, and he only gets 3. So clock continues to run. Oklahoma playing good defense here. Third and 3, massive play coming. The handoff to Martell to the outside. Broken tackle. No, he goes down. It's 4th down. Shabari O'Toole, the SFA safety, gets it done. 4th and 3, potentially the game on the line. To the outside, Jake Laxton, the third, doesn't get it. What is he doing? Wait, they gave him the first. What? What is that spot? No, Dogwater, it was Ty J. Burnett, who is your Navy transfer. Ty J. Burnett made the play. That was a horrible spot. Tennessee is still alive. Oklahoma's fuming there at home. But the game continues. 50 seconds. Dukes to the outside. Jake Laxton again, brought down by George Payne. .47 seconds. They can't keep nickel and dime them. They got to start stretching the field. They need a touchdown and the 2-point conversion. Floats that. It's caught. He has room. There he goes. What a play. It's Brian Slaughter for 20. You never even saw him. 38 seconds. Inside the 40. Dukes over the middle. Hits him again. It's a first down. Slaughter. 2 plays in a row. Here they come. 30 seconds left. Oklahoma, they look tired. 28 seconds. Dukes. He takes off. He evades. He breaks. And he gets hit. Whew. Take a chill pill, folks. The SEC coming down to this. 23 seconds left. Coming off the game of the year in Bedlam. Dukes over the middle, hits his man. He's short. Clock's gonna run. And they use the final timeout. So now the clock is in play. 3rd and 2, 17 seconds. Oklahoma trying to hold. Tennessee. They have time to the edge. He's short, but he gets out of bounds. The clock will stop. 4th and 1. Fourth and 1, 12 seconds left. Game on the line right here. Dukes, it's a safety blitz to the end zone, open, touchdown! It's Brian Hall. Tennessee can tie it up. What a strange call from Jay Jettas. To tie the game and send us to overtime. Dukes to the corner, and it's tipped away. What was that? Oh my! The Sooners are gonna survive. Adam Dukes just completely lost it. The onside kick's not going to be good, and Jay Jettas is going to win the SEC championship and go back to the college football playoff. The only SFA coach with 2 natties. He's going to go for a third. Unbelievable game. Tennessee comes up short yet again. Unbelievable ending there as the choke to throw it to the flat is going to send Tennessee packing, potentially not making the CFP now. So we got 1 game left, folks, and it's game day in the Mountain West Championship as UNLV is going to take on Wyoming. Wyoming is part of the Mountain Division. That is the only division in football that has not won a conference championship in SFA history. Yes, 15 years, they've never won it. So we'll watch that game, and then the committee will convene to set the playoff. We'll rank the top 25 teams. We'll put together the playoff. Not sure if we're going to do 12 or 14 teams. We will see. We'll talk about the format for the future. And then we'll post it. We'll do recruiting tonight as well still. Bowl games, we'll for sure know what 6 and 6 teams will be going bowling tonight. But bowl matchups will probably be released tomorrow or Saturday. So a lot of stuff going on. We'll see what happens in the committee room. And guys, remember, we're going off my rankings. The committee's not convened 1 time this year, so you don't know what they're going to rank teams like. So we're going to have to see. All we know is that right now we have 9 teams in the playoff. So, as you take a look here, Martell Dinkins gets in. Gus McFeeters waited till the 4th quarter to score. Bullock goes 31 of 53, 333, and a touchdown. Running the ball, McFeeters over 100 yards. Dambo Dinkins goes crazy today. And on defense, Garrett Park has a good game. TFL's across the board. 2 sacks, no interceptions, deflections, forced fumbles. And for Tennessee, falling just short yet again in an SEC championship, the redshirt freshman, 24-35, 292, 3 touchdowns, but 1 bad play. Left him on the outside looking in. They're going to be dog water in terms of home games, but once you get to road games, no. So, like, the highest an at-large team will be is technically 9th if we do a 12-team. Or even if we do a 14-team. So, we'll see how the rankings go. All right, so that'll do it here for conference championship games. As always, the VOD for this BearCave will go up later on tonight. We'll do game day, and then the highlights for game day will be posted tomorrow like normal. Depending on how long the committee meeting is, though, I might have to push highlights for this game till Saturday. I do not have a timetable quite yet on when we're going to do bowl games. All right, so let's just take a look and recap what we've saw. So today we've already seen Central Michigan punching their ticket to the playoff. UTSA shocking Tulane in overtime. Cincinnati coming back to clinch their ticket. Coastal Carolina getting it done. USC shocking Oregon. Minnesota upsetting Michigan. Iowa State shocking Oklahoma State for the second time this year. And Florida State shocking #1 UNC. And then finally, Oklahoma surviving against Tennessee. So we'll be back here in about, I would say at most 5 to 10 minutes here for the Mountain West Championship. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you in a couple of minutes.